Andrew.
Hey, Jerry.
Like the hidden. See that? Hidden door.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Let's see. Howard's coming in, huh?
Yep.
I'm going to log in twice for my speech.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Larry.
Jerry twice.
Yeah, I'm giving a speech.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Happy Thursday. How's everyone?
Good. Good to finally slow down for a bit.
All right. Too much excitement on the line.
Well, I kind of like it that way.
Hey
Well, hello,
guys,
Trina.
how are you?
Good.
Awesome.
In preparation for my speech, can I ask for some feedback? Yes. I'd like to know if the camera angle's right, if I'm looking in your eyes.
Yes.
You're looking at the camera. I'm not. I usually have my camera at an angle.
Yeah.
If you got your face is in shadow, though. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I don't know what I might be able to do about that. We'll see. We'll see. All right.
If we continue down this path, I got one of those ring lights for that
Yeah.
reason, because I do classes.
I
So it
love
does
it, Dad.
kind of help the shadows.
I love it.
Hey, Beth.
I think you look fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you backed up right then, now you've got
Yeah.
light on your face.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so you have to tell me how you got the little mouse ears and stuff. That's really cool.
It's a Zoom video settings. When you go to the video settings, there's a video filter setting, and that's where I got the nose and ears. And then there's a studio effects, and that's where I got the lipstick.
Well, I should start pushing buttons then, because I haven't seen any of this.
Yeah, it looks like you've got company there as well.
Oh, my husband coming in and out.
When is he going to join?
Good one, Howard. I like that.
I've actually taken him to 3 Toastmasters meeting, and
Yeah?
his English is not that good. So he starts talking, but in Spanish. So
In Spanish? Okay.
yeah, so I keep telling him he needs to practice his English a little bit better so that he can help out.
There you go.
Toastmasters is a great place to practice English.
Yes, yes. And that's what I told them. So I'm trying to, he did the in-person meeting. He did like that. We went to a bunch of places and that was kind of cool.
Did he lose interest when we went to virtual?
No, he's been working longer hours.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So he works at a private school and they've been doing extra cooking for the neighboring schools.
I see.
So this is one of the first few days that he's home earlier than normal.
Got it.
I love that.
Got it. Wow. Okay. Such is life, right?
Yeah.
I was seeing if that was a picture of I don't know the gentleman's name. It says Frederick Toastmasters there. He was sitting absolutely still. I didn't know if that was a photo or was that just him just sitting absolutely still. There, he's shaking his head now. So
Absolutely still.
absolutely.
It's
still.
Andrew.
So I don't see any of those settings in my account. I just have the plain Jane account that I log in on.
So it's not based on your account, it's based on your software version. So if you've updated your Zoom client on your computer within the past 2 or 3 weeks, then you will have the studio effects.
Yeah, nope. Haven't done that. So good to
So
know.
after the meeting, upgrade your client and you will have the studio effects. You can do mustaches and eyebrows and lipsticks. I've got a dark lipstick on. It is not real. It is a studio effect and other kinds of things.
That is so cool. Very, very cool.
I didn't recognize you with the ears and the nose. I thought perhaps we had a new that was a perfect disguise. I was like, oh, we've got a new member. And all along it was just you. Huh?
Just me.
How's everybody doing?
Hey,
Great.
how are you?
Bakari, good to see you.
I'm doing good. Nice to see everybody. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Good.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been busy, but I said I had to make it today.
Yeah.
Good.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Goodness.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Bakari, how you doing?
Great, thank you.
Hello.
Christine, what happened to your pink hair? Where are you?
Tom, you're looking a little, I don't know, down to just an eyeball.
The all-knowing eye sees all and knows all.
You know, Sauron was eventually killed, right? You know that, right? Or just saying.
That's enough to
You
have.
may think he died, but we will never know.
It's creepy.
Wasn't there a cartoon that was like that? Billy Chris might have played him. He was like an eyeball. He had like one eye, like a cyclops, but I can't remember. I've seen so much stuff I get it all confused in my head.
What show is this?
I thought it was a cartoon
Oh, okay.
that had the one eyeball.
The one eyeball. I don't remember that cartoon.
Snow.
With it had Billy Crystal in it. I do remember that it was funny because I tend to watch either very scary stuff because I think that that's funny or very funny stuff.
Okay.
So I do remember that it was a cartoon and Billy Crystal had the voiceover, but I can't remember the name of his character.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. And I was a big Crystal fan.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
a movie, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters
Oh,
Inc. That
Monsters
was it.
Inc. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
Good job,
Mr.
Bakari.
I think that's right. They had boo.
I couldn't for the life of me remember that. So listen, everybody, we got a message from Wenfei. She said hi. Hi, Wenfei. Everybody say hi.
Everybody,
Hi.
say hi.
Hello.
You can unmute yourself and say hi if you want.
Okay.
Dean left and came back to get.
Christine, hello.
We have another new member, Christine Limparis.
Like a spy.
Oh, do you mean me?
I love that.
I've been fooled again.
Please,
I've
do
got
not
to
talk over
put
me
my
unless
glasses
we
on.
speak. I am world-renowned actress,
There we go.
Charlotte
Much
Stone.
better.
You know, with the technology, you can't tell if that's real wig or is it actually like a digital thing that put on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, it's my real hair.
Or you could have just dyed your hair this evening. Yeah.
And that's the natural color. That's what most people don't know.
That's right.
Very nice.
So I keep thinking that you're Maxine, but that's not right, right? Oh, there's your son. He's so pretty.
Erin, you need to speak so that you get spotlighted so I can see your background better.
I need to what?
Speak so that you get spotlighted by default. There you go.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That is
That's
pretty
cool.
Yeah, that
Very
looks
cool.
like Janet Jackson if dance video background.
Mm-hmm. This is so fun. We
Hey.
need some music.
Haunted type music.
I got something.
I think
someone
Michael
has it.
Jackson's Thriller would be the obvious song.
Ooh.
There you go. Images and sound effects.
Yeah, we can still talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun. The party just started.
Where's Unu?
Where is Unu? Oh, it's only 6:37. Maybe she'll
She is
arrive in the
Tequila
next 3
tonight.
minutes.
So Toastmasters family, I have a confession to make. I have been petrified to speak in front of my own family and watch this speech. And my wife doesn't know that I'm going to, she's part of the topic. So yeah, wish me luck, please.
Did you say she's in attendance with us tonight?
She's going to watch the speech, yeah, and Evan as well.
Wow.
Cool.
Great.
Very cool.
Vicky's never watched me speak before or heard me speak, so I don't know why. It's always made me nervous. I decided today I was going to get over it.
That's fascinating. You know, generally most people are petrified or scared of, speaking in front of strangers. It's rare that you hear someone who has the same issue speaking in front of family.
There's Unu.
Goodness, now we know I have
Oh.
beat him.
So I was not ignoring you today. I just had I didn't get home that long ago. So
That's fine.
Tom, you have both eyes. And you're muted.
You're on mute.
That's a special effect of his. No sound.
Good evening, everyone.
Ooh,
Oh my
I
goodness.
like
He's in
Christine.
character. This is great.
Wow.
I like the eye zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought Zoom could be this fun. I think we're just really taking advantage of Zoom like maximizing it as the month
Yes.
goes on,
Yeah.
right? Next thing you know, somehow we'll get this 5D effect. We might feel something too.
That'd be pretty cool.
5D, I
At
love
this
it.
rate.
I love it.
How does 5D work?
Well,
But first, tell me how 4D worked, because we just jumped straight to 5D.
well, I went to a museum some time ago. I know it's time. It was 4D or 5D. So the seat has something that moves.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You also have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
breeze, the water, the rain. So
Disney does that.
Felt everything.
I've experienced that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going for Mach 5. Okay.
So what this makes me think is, once we get back to physically meeting, it's just going to be like boring. We don't have all these backgrounds and faces and all that stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
It'll be another adjustment.
That's all right. I'm ready.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I'd like to now call this meeting to order. My name is Andrew, the Sergeant at Arms. Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Frederick Toastmasters Club. We'd also like to give you a friendly reminder just to limit or eliminate any kind of distractions that might be in your individual environment. We appreciate that. And to start things off for us, please welcome our presiding officer, Larry.
Well, hello, everyone. It is really good to be back. I've missed everyone, and I'm glad to be back. Okay. We have actually, I don't see that we have any guests for our VP of membership to introduce. Do we have, well, of course we have one special visitor. So again, I'm just saying welcome. I'm very glad to be back, and I'm sorry that I have this around my neck. I'm turning it off and putting it away. And finishing up my day and going to the fun part of my day. So Jerry, do you see anybody to introduce? I don't see any guests, unless you want to introduce our special guest.
Certainly I can. We don't currently have any guests. We have several people incognito. You'll have to look at the names to figure it out. Although Tom, you look the same. And we don't have any new or recent members on the call today. However, we do have a VIP in our presence, that none other than Karina Miranda. She is not just Toastmasters royalty, but also one of our leaders. Karina, would you mind introducing yourself and what you do for us?
Well, thank you, Gary. I'm the Division D director, and I'm so happy to be able to come and see you guys. I was trying to do it a couple of times, but I have been working overtime, so it's been hard. What do I do for you guys? I try to help you make your club better. This last month, we did the speech contest workshops, which we had some people participate on, which was actually fun. November's coming up, and it's going to be a slow month. So we're hoping that everybody takes some time to do stuff with their family. And then after that, we're going to jump right back on the TLIs. So we're hoping to see you guys there. And in the meantime, thank you for letting me come and enjoy this great meeting. I think this is awesome. I got my witch back here. Back to you.
Thank you, Karina. As our inspiration of the day is not yet on this call, I'm going to turn it over now to the Toastmaster of the evening, or rather the Toastmaster of Halloween, Aaron Bozaz.
Hello, good evening. I am just so excited to be your host tonight, because this is not only that it is the bonus week of this month to have a third meeting, but also we have this Halloween theme party. For as long as I've been with the club, this is the first theme party. And I have to say, with the pandemic, I was going to skip Halloween, and I'm so glad that by doing this, we actually do get a little taste of this festival, this celebration, this fun time together. So as your host of the evening, I can't wait to tell you all the things that has been lined up tonight. We have 2 prepared speeches, and the evening is broken up into 3 parts. And 3 parts give you the practice time to do speeches, like the prepared speeches, and also followed by the table topics and also evaluations. And to make all this happen, I also have helpers that help me to record and to keep track of different parts of the speech. And I would like to introduce them, and they can tell you what they do in their role. To be in line of the Halloween theme, they all have some special names and title tonight. First, we have Tecula, and that is Anwu.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Tecula tonight, which is why I dressed up like Dracula. And my role is to make sure all the technical things are being supported. So I will highlight all the speakers and mute anyone if there is a noise. And I will make sure that there is no chat that is missed by the Toastmaster. That's all. And please be patient when I'm changing the spotlighting, so it will take some time. Thank you.
Thank you, Tecula. And next up we have, I hope I pronounce it right, is Grandmom Marian by Leanne.
I wasn't even going to try to pronounce that one. So you did a better job than I could have. I am what used to be the grammarian. And like I said, I cannot pronounce how Unwu has made it for tonight. But I will be looking for proper uses of grammar, any improper uses, special phrases that may have caught my attention that are like, you know, really good uses of language. And I'll give a report at the end of the evening.
Great, thank you. And doubling up, we also have the Frankensteimer. No, I'm sorry, Jackal Counter. And thank you to Leanne for taking up this role as well. And what do you do in that?
What are we calling it? The Jacko Counter?
Yes, Jackal Counter. You didn't get the note?
This is where, see, I did the ums and the ahs and all those space fillers, likes and so's, and I'll be counting all those and again giving a report at the end.
Okay, and then follow up, we have Frankensteimer, and that is Tom May.
Tonight, the role of timer will be through the all-knowing eye. What the eye will see is when you're giving your speech, when you are at the allotted amount of time, the background will change green. As time progresses, yellow. And when you are at the end of your speech, I will go red because I know it is time. At that point, you have 30 seconds to complete your oration.
Wow, what a treat. It's so unfortunate because we normally have many guests. I'm afraid that tonight might be a bit too scary. I don't know, this is actually quite a treat. I think a lot of people are missing out, but we'll definitely enjoy it throughout. So as I said, the first part of the evening is the prepared speech, and we have 2 of them. And also we have a special segment that will highlight a little Halloween tree as well after the second speech. And let's start with the first speech. And by the way, both of these speeches are custom speeches. They are not following the pathway. And our first speaker is our Jerry Stevens. And his speech title is Resilience. Jerry has always admired those who have given non-pathway speeches. Joe's speeches are a good example. Joe has often done speeches that were not for credit, such as his roast of Lisa. This is one of those speeches. Here we have Jerry. Take it away.
Thank you. Have you ever known someone who can't hide their facial expressions? My wife's eyes sell her out. You always know what she's thinking. Few of us can hide our reaction to failure. We grimace and we respond with disappointment. Sarah's story helped me change the way I react to failure. Sarah Blakely is the CEO and founder of Spanx. She started Spanx 5 years ago. At the time, her idea was considered so laughable by the garment industry that she had to write her own patent because the patent attorney she visited thought that he might be the target of a joke and refused to take her on as a client. Today, Sarah is one of the wealthiest women in the world, and her products are in nearly every woman's closet in America. A few months ago, my son and I forgot the main point of Sarah's story. Her success isn't the true story here. What is really remarkable about Sarah's story is how she has become, how she has conditioned herself to failure. Every week she would come home from school and her dad would say, "What did you fail at this week?" And week after week after week, Sarah said nothing. When she said nothing, she could feel her dad's disappointment. Then one day, she came home and said, I didn't do so hot on an exam. He got a broad smile on his face, and they celebrated her failure as much, if not more, than her successes. A few months ago, my son and I launched a cluster rocket for the first time. Little did we know, cluster rockets are considered advanced rocketry. We found this out at the range when multiple advanced rocketeers came up to us expressing that they wished they had built a cluster rocket, but they never did because they were afraid of failure. On that day, our rocket left the launch pad, and as the side engines expired, the rocket became unstable and crashed into the ground. My son and I went up to the carnage. The top section of the rocket had completely exploded. We picked up the pieces and walked back to the car. And on our way, I noticed he was crying. I knelt down and I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Is it broken forever?" I got a big smile on my face, and I told him Sarah's story. And after telling him Sarah's story, I said, "We're going to go home. We're going to research and find out what went wrong. And then we're going to build a better rocket." And that day, when that rocket lifts off the launch pad, side boosters jettison, parachute deploys, and we have a perfect launch, it will feel so much better because of today's setback. In the ensuing weeks, we rebuilt our rocket. And in that time, I reiterated those learnings by asking Evan, this is Toastmasters Evan. Evan, did we fail?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, isn't that a beautiful disposition to failure? A smile, a little head shake. Since that event, I've noticed Evan has been a little bit more resilient and a little bit more willing to take on challenges. Thank you, Evan. I want to thank Sarah's dad for teaching us how to celebrate our failures. And if I may, Madam Toastmaster, I'd love to show you and the rest of our Toastmasters Club our successful rocket launch. Having fixed the SpaceX Heavy, we were able to successfully launch the rocket a few weekends ago. I'll take a second to get back to the video and play that for the club.
Separation. We had one that doesn't appear to have separated, and okay.
Perfect. Evan, perfect.
Yeah, hopefully we're and a beautiful shoot coming down. Nicely done.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, what a treat. Go, Evan. That was great. That was wonderful. Yay. Oh, thank you for sharing. That was really a treat. All right, next up, our prepared speech speaker is Adams Hayes. And as I mentioned before, it's also a custom speech, a non-pathway speech. And the title of the speech is What It's Like for Me to Vote. Like so many with intellectual disabilities, Adam has persevered and is a productive member of society. He works, pays rent, has a car, and he votes. Here's Adams Hayes.
Voting is the most precious right of every citizen. And we have a moral obligation to ensure the integrity of our voting process. This is a quote from Senator Hillary Clinton. Voting is a big thing for a lot of people around the country. But for people with disabilities, especially for those with intellectual disabilities, it can be very challenging to be able to go to the polls and be able to express their voice. For me this year, I especially found it pretty challenging, not just because of the coronavirus, but because of some of the issues just trying to get inside the voting booth and trying to understand what I was going to vote for. This is a problem that many people with disabilities, especially those with intellectual disabilities, have today. In 2008, the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed by President H.W. In 2008, the Government Accountability Office estimated that only 27% of polling places were accessible. And for me, I find that not really good, because a lot of people with disabilities have a voice and they deserve to be heard just like anyone else. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, was signed by President George H.W. Bush back in the early 90s. A couple of years ago, I was given the opportunity to go to the 30th anniversary of the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. That was a very huge deal because many people with disabilities, especially with intellectual disabilities, are getting the chance, no matter their race, color, sex, national origin, age, or religion, are being given the chance to share their voice just like anyone else. I want I want people with disabilities to have that chance to be able to share their voice, especially those with intellectual disabilities. During my latest, when I went to vote a couple of days ago, I found it was challenging because I had to go and when I went up, I found that a lot of the words on the ballot were very hard to understand. And when I was trying to read those ballots, the ballot, it did not make a lot of sense when I wanted to try to give my opinion. This kind of thing is something that I found that a lot of people with disabilities want because when I went to the Developmental Disabilities Day back in early March, I was part of a group that got to go to the Maryland State House, and one of the issues was giving people with disabilities a chance to understand at the 6th grade level or below, to be able to understand the ballots. And having the equal opportunity to vote, especially when you have something like that, is very important. And the state may regulate or prohibit the right to vote of a person under care of guardianship for Maryland disability, according to according to a document that the Maryland State Assembly has. And I find when I go to do my polling that voting has always been a big challenge. I want to see that change for people with disabilities because if given the chance, we can share our voice. We can be like anyone else and share the same types of ideas or different from anyone else. So in conclusion, as President Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, nobody will ever deprive the American people of the right to vote, except the American people themselves. And the only way they could do this is not by voting. And this is something that people with disabilities, especially with intellectual disabilities, should have the chance to do. Thank you.
What a timely speech. I'm sure many of you have voted already, and it's great to hear from a different perspective. And if you have not voted, there's still time. So please get to the poll. As I said earlier tonight, that we are going to have a special treat after our 2 prepared speeches. And that is I'm not sure it's a slideshow or some kind of a show that we're going to see soon of some very great fall and Halloween moments put together by our Anwu. So let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. If I say Halloween, what do you come up with? When I first came to the US, it was the end of October. And what I found different from my country was house to house, there was little decoration like pumpkins or ghosts or spiders all around the houses. And I found it was really cute, and it was a very fun way to celebrate and enjoy the season. So for me, Halloween is like a special holiday to say, and it's really enjoying the vibe of the season. So I wanted to share I do something, at least something to celebrate and enjoy. And I wanted to share those moments with you, but also I was very curious what you do during the season or Halloween. So I asked you to share your photos of Halloween, and I gathered all the photos and I made a slideshow so that I can share with you all the fun moments. So let me share this slide first. Before I start all the sharing photos, I wanted to share a little bit of history of Halloween. What I found during my research was that Halloween, in theory, maybe it's not true, it's from ancient Celtic festival. The Celtic people thought that October is the end of the harvest and end of summer, and November is starting of the cold and dark winter. So between those lines, they thought it's the day when the boundaries between this world and the other world thinned, and the ghosts and spirits are coming. So people disguise themselves as a ghost to fool the ghost so that they are not taken their living body. But now, Halloween looks more like this. These are the photos that I took from my neighbor or my favorite Instagram. Or maybe like this, which I found hilarious to share by Erin, RIP 2020, which had died at March 8th. But no matter what, Halloween is very fun time for me. And I had a lot of parties, like the parties in my apartment at the clubhouse, so that I met Elvis Presley. And also I went to Renaissance festivals to meet all these wonderful costumes. And some of our members have pumpkin carving with their families. But sometimes Halloween cannot be the same, and it might not be celebrated as the same like this. For instance, in Korea, we don't have Halloween in tradition, but we think that our ancestors, as a ghost, come back, return to our home, and bless our family. So we prepare some foods and make a big celebration to give food instead of their blessings. Or if you don't celebrate Halloween, maybe you can have some good foods. Like Wenfei says, fall isn't complete without having crepes with your besties. Or sometimes your besties might not be people, but it can be your furry friends. Like this is the photo from Erin again. And I really like this fall vibe route of walking. And also we can have some cute costumes with our little ones. This is also from Erin, by the way. Or you can dress up your whole family like Jerry did. And I I can't resist to share all of this. I couldn't pick one because those are so cute. And Leslie, the fun fact of Halloween, it is estimated that 300,000 tons of candies, which is almost 6 Titanics, are consumed during holiday season. So maybe let's have a healthy alternative like I did. I cooked a no-flour pumpkin cookie yesterday and share with all my friends. Leslie, I want to share a little quote that I found. Magic is really very simple. All you've got to do is want something and then let yourself have it. Thank you all for sharing your wonderful photos and share this time with me to enjoy our memories. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Not only it was fun, we actually learned something. I'll never forget about the quantity of the candy, 6 Titanics. That makes it a lot easier to always remember that. I think this year might only be down to 1 Titanic at this rate. It might not be a bad thing. Thank you so much. That was so cute, all the costumes. And thank you for sharing that everybody contributed as well. So looking at our agenda, we do have a short break right now, and we are actually ahead of schedule. And I saw a few members here that I have not seen in a few of the meetings. So I think it'd be a great time to catch up. So we'll be back at 7:18. So we have about 7 minutes, 6-7 minutes. So let's hang out and have some good time and go to the bathroom, get some candies if you want. And let's have fun being so festive. Look at everybody. If you have the gallery view, we're like in a real party together. So good to see Bakari again and Liz. Yeah.
Yeah, Liz and Bakari, long time no see.
Yeah, thank you.
How have you guys been?
I've been doing great. Just sometimes it gets a little bit busy at work, but you gotta escape all that and come and meet real people. I wish it was this much fun every day. You know, when you have those virtual meetings, we have so many of them. I wish it was this fun.
I know.
Some of them are so boring. You turn off the video, you walk off, come back, and the meeting's over.
But Bakari, you said it's good to be able to come and meet real people. Be amongst real people. Is that to suggest that the people that you work with are not real people?
They're just avatars.
It'll be our secret.
They're not as fun. You guys are so much fun.
That's okay. We have zombies in our department also, so it's all good.
As much as we are getting tired of Zoom meetings, and at first we thought it's just a transitional thing, but it seems like this pandemic is going to last for quite some time. So I feel like instead of looking at it as just something we have to deal with, I think now we're at the point where we have to embrace it. It's like that grieving process, like in denial, and now we're going to embrace it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to embrace it. I want this to be over as quickly as possible.
Aaron, was that your Halloween decorations that said 2020 gone too soon?
It's not mine. It's actually one of the neighbors. I thought that was so cute.
That was good.
It's very clever. It was
yeah, that was clever. Hilarious.
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
fitting. Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for recognizing my earrings. I'm not sure if it shows. It actually they glow in the dark.
Do they? Oh,
yes.
They're great. Yeah. At first I was like, is that a skeleton? And I wasn't sure, but yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Aaron, I love your background. What is that a background of?
You know, last minute I was looking up a background for tonight, and I saw this one. It was provided by some Broadway company or some kind of a Broadway show. Yeah. So it looked good, so I downloaded it.
Had a great vibe.
Yeah, it's like an opera house, right?
Yeah, kind of go good with my outfit and everything.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like now there's so many things you can find online. Zoom games, Zoom background. Look at Beth, is that a new plugin or something that you can put over your face?
Oh, yes, it is. So if you have a relatively new version of the Zoom client downloaded to your computer, there are video filters and there are studio effects. So my lipstick is a studio effect, and the hat and glasses are a filter. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's what I mean.
love it.
At this point, it's like, man, I mean, this is staying for some time. So we just have to utilize and have fun with it until it's over.
Agree.
Look at that. Now we got, look at Adam has it. Man, I feel like we got a gang going. We should all have it.
I know.
Oh. Anyone doing some celebration? I feel so left out. I don't have that. Maybe I need the latest one.
Looks like Wenfei got it and Jerry got the mask. Is that a virtual mask, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really pretty impressive technology because, my glasses are staying right where my eyes are, and Jerry's mask is staying right where his nose and mouth are. So it's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Beth, I thought it was real.
Yeah.
And my lipstick. This lipstick is totally fake.
That's amazing because that's amazing because when you speak, it stays on your the graphic stays on your lip. That's pretty amazing.
It's incredible.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I was wondering about Charlotte Stone. I really didn't know if that was real.
Oh my God.
Something that went on.
Charlotte Stone.
Oh my goodness, we got a haunted Tom. I think that's not
Crypt Keeper. Love it.
I guess Tom has been taken away by this.
How did you do that, Tom?
Oh God, that is scary actually.
Oh, that's real. That's not virtual.
Did it old school.
Oh my goodness.
Fits right in though.
Tom has been busy.
Oh my goodness.
That's great. That's what he
got
usually
his priorities straight.
That's what he usually wears to greet the trick-or-treaters when we have trick-or-treaters. We love scaring them.
Oh my goodness.
Evan looks scary at this point.
You might traumatize some kids. Oh, so real quick, I am curious, like, do I have to download something to the Zoom to get this effect, or it automatically gets downloaded?
Just update your client. If you might already have it, but if you haven't updated your web client, your application on the client on your computer recently, then you just need to do an update.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Public service announcement. I just noticed by default, it's checked to apply filters to all future meetings.
Yeah. Be careful of that if you have business meetings.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Yep.
But you won't see your filter, only the folks that are looking at you. So it'll appear to you like nothing's changed.
No, I see how I look to you.
The leaf.
Right.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
And I like
how face so cute with her leaves.
That's amazing how the lip.
Why would it be appear as a filter? Like
that's better. I
not
like
something that you wear on the face.
Have you guys heard of deep fake videos?
Yep.
No. What is that?
Right. So let's see, Beth. With deep fake.
Seconds, Ali.
With deepfake, you would be able to I would be able to use your face and digitize it in such a manner that I can make you say anything, and it would look as if you're actually saying it, although you're not. And it's
that's disturbing.
Yeah, it's gotten to a stage where you cannot tell that that's in fact what's happening.
Wow.
If you're curious, just Google deepfake. You'll see it. Plenty of examples.
That's scary.
Oh, is that one of the Obama's videos? Couple of videos?
Yeah. Where I think he endorsed
where
he endorsed the president. Yeah.
Oh,
and where the president endorsed Obama, and you cannot tell.
Wow.
Wow.
Good and bad. Okay. While the 7 minutes went by quite quickly. I'm so glad we got to chat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now we are going into the second segment of this evening's lineup. And tonight, instead of table topics, we have the trickle table topics. Lots of tongue twister words. Yay. And wow, we are so privileged to have a very special topic master by world-renowned actress, Charlotte Wood. Charlotte Wood. Stone, I'm sorry. I am not good with these names. Look at her. I was starstruck. I'm sorry. I was just starstruck. Thank you.
I have been chosen to be your topics master this evening, and I'm very honored. Tonight's theme is Halloween, but not only Halloween, it's going to be dark Halloween, dark questions. So you must be brave. You have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question. We shall begin. Home alone, lying in bed, you hear unusual noises, frightening noises, a woman wailing, what sounds like a rocking chair creak and shuffling footsteps. You muster the courage to investigate. You leave your room and walk down the corridor and realize it is coming from the attic. Standing there frozen in fear, you now must decide, what will you do next? What will you do next? Brave souls, you must be brave souls. You are home alone and you hear those scary noises. You must go. You must make a choice. It looks like
I'll do it.
It looks like Howard. It looks like Howard, and perhaps Leanne will be the next brave soul. Howard.
I think someone else wanted to go. You're welcome to take it, or me. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, if no one's going to speak up, I'll go. How many minutes do I have? 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
1 to 2.
1 to 2. Wow. So I'm sitting at home and I hear some pretty disturbing noises that I've never heard before as I'm sitting watching the presidential debates. That in itself is pretty unsettling. But then to hear the noise at the end of the hall, and then to go and investigate it, just to find that the noise has disappeared. But now the noise has moved upstairs to the attic. So I'm here alone at home. Should I go and investigate? I think not. So mortgage rates are incredibly low now, both 15-year and 30-year mortgages. So I'm going to do the smart thing, put the home up for sale, and find a new place to live. And that's all I'm going to do.
Fabulous, fabulous job. You will be receiving a callback. Ah, darling, I have been offered 3 movie scripts, which of course I shall be the star. But I must choose only one. Shall I be a werewolf, or a vampire, or a zombie? What are your thoughts, darling? Which would you choose? A zombie, a vampire, or a werewolf? Tell me your thoughts. What would you choose?
Would you like to do it, Lillian?
Be brave, my souls.
If no one takes it, I'll be happy to take it.
Serenivas. Srinivas, you are up.
Oh my God, these characters, they really caught my attention by that movie called Twilight. Oh my God, I watched in trance, watching individual characters' strengths and weaknesses. And I thought there is something to werewolf. That all of a sudden it's human, at the same time it can turn into some other creature. And it can see all of human aspects, sense, emotions, and turn to that giant creature that including vampires are afraid of to touch. So I would rather be werewolf and explore what's possible with that. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivas. You also shall be receiving a call back. Not another unsuspecting soul. This must be a new person. There are a lot of evil witches in the world, casting spells of misfortune and hardship on innocent people. They are roaming the earth disguised as normal people, but they are not. They're evil. How do I know that you are not one of them? Leanne, where is Leanne?
Okay, fine. How do you know, how do
I know that
discover an
you are
evil
not?
witch? How do you know a witch is
I know
evil?
you are not an evil witch.
Evil or not? I'm going to go with one of my favorite movies, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter, starring Jeremy Renner, who's a favorite of mine. And he describes an evil witch as she has rotting teeth and her skin is very pale and dried out, and her eyes are not the red that you would think, but very dark, very black. So may not look like everybody else, but you have to be paying attention to see an evil witch. And a good witch just looks like everybody else because she doesn't have anything rotting herself from the inside like an evil witch would. So that's how I would be able to tell.
Thank you, Madam Leanne. I am convinced you are not a witch. It's the middle of summer, a hot night. You're relaxing, watching TV, eating celery stalks. Celery stalks because you are on a diet. You have cleared your house of all candy and snacks because you do not want to tempt yourself. Well after dark, there's a knock on the door. Surprise! It's a group of trick-or-treaters. But these are not regular trick-or-treaters. These are serious. They have evil eyes. You worry that you may have a spell cast on you if you cannot satisfy these trick-or-treaters. How are you going to save yourself? How will you save yourself? Middle of the summer, unexpected. It's almost as though they were setting a trap for you. How will you survive?
I can take that one.
All right, go, Madam Karina.
Well, being the New Yorker that I am, I will put them in the attic, right with those ghosts, smoke them out by starting a bonfire because I'm a pyromania, and then see what comes out of it. Yeah, it's safe to come to my house during Halloween. You just never know the prank I'm going to pull on you. That could be bad. So yeah, and then we would just kind of like roast them and cook them and eat them and just have fun with them. And they will never come back again. How's that?
Thank you. Wonderful. You also will be receiving a call back. I have been offered the opportunity to enter a world championship contest for the best haunted house. I need your ideas. Describe the best haunted house ever, even better than you have ever seen, because I want to win this contest. Describe the best haunted house ever. Miss Beth May.
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, and there is a prison in Pennsylvania. And this prison is a haunted house. And I'm with some work colleagues, and one in particular said, we need to go do something fun because we've been working too hard. Let's go to this haunted house. So we all go there, about 6 of us. And the person who said we need to do this said, it's okay, I'm not going. I'll meet you at the bar around the corner when you're done. She was too afraid. So we went without her. We waited in line. And while we were in line to get into this prison, which was now a haunted house, there were ghoulish, spooky things milling about and coming up behind us and scaring us. And so we were primed, our skin was crawling and we were nervous. And then we had to sign a release form for a haunted house. I didn't know if I was willing to go through this, but I felt the peer pressure. I wasn't going to back out like the manager who was waiting at the bar. So we went into the haunted house, and there were dark rooms and flashing lights and fuzzy things that brushed against your face, and then zombies that came up behind you unexpectedly. And the whole time you're waiting, saying, I'm an adult, it's like Disney, I won't actually get hurt, but this is scary. It was scary. So that is the scariest haunted house that I have ever been to. And you can go there too, because they turned this prison in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, into a haunted house every Halloween. Don't be too afraid. I survived.
Wonderful. I shall surely win the championship this year with those ideas. Thank you. We have another question that is the darkest of them all. I think I might need a victim ahead of time. I think the person who could possibly rise to the occasion is Mr. Tom May, if you dare. We have dark secrets we don't want to tell, but tonight you must. You must confess your crime. You will be revealed. Confess your crime. Murder, murder. Confess your crime.
No, I cannot. The truth? No, that shall not be shared. It is something that is dark. It is deep. It is within me. If I was to be let it out, the evil would be released upon the earth. I am the sole guardian. I must keep it in. Murder, mayhem, death, destruction, all of those things, my burden, my soul must keep those things. I don't want to do it. I have to do it. No one else can. Confess it.
Fabulous, fabulous. You also shall be receiving a callback for the Haunted movie coming up. I would go a little easier on you with this next question. Tell us a memorable Halloween experience. Tell us a memorable Halloween experience. There are still several of you who have not volunteered to be a victim. Who shall be the brave soul? I want to know your Halloween experience. Jerry, Mr. Jerry, please share your experience.
One spooky evening in a place called Ohio, I came across trick-or-treaters. And for the most part, it was ordinary, except for leading to the final house on the street. There were abandoned pieces of costume. And as we approached that house and got closer, sparks flew. And I heard a chainsaw start. And I saw a man running with a chainsaw after kids, and then their costume pieces flying as they ran. As I got closer as the adult with two fairly young children that were petrified, I noticed that what was actually going on is the homeowner had driven metal rebarb into the ground and had a metal grinder tool that one of their kids in the household was crawling on the ground between these metal stakes and slapping it with the grinder to cause the sparks. And the dad, who had jumped out of the bushes with the chainsaw, as you get closer, you realize the chainsaw has no chain, but it makes a wonderful effect and a lot of ruined costumes. And so one day, I will be that guy. I'll be the one in the bushes, and Evan will be crawling because he can get in that position with the tomato stakes, the rebarb, sending sparks throughout Frederick and petrifying children. Thank you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Another callback, another callback. And we still have time, Madam Toastmaster.
Yes, we do. Maybe a couple more if you have it.
Tell us a scary dream you have had. Tell us a scary dream. We still have a few people who have not yet bared their soul. Tell me a scary dream. Make up a scary dream. I see Andrew just made eye contact with me. No. Would you like a different question?
No, that's fine. I'll take that.
All right.
So the scariest dream that I've ever had, and I'll tell it like it's real because it felt real. I woke up one morning, or so I thought, and I had an insatiable appetite for cheese pizza. But that's beside the point. I also realized that my entire family had left for vacation without me. And at first I thought that was great. But as time went on, I started to get a little bored, and I started to think that I was hearing things in the house. And then I kept hearing those things. And eventually there was a knock on the door. So I looked out the window, and I didn't see anybody. So I went back about my business, and after a couple of more minutes, I heard that knock again. So I went again and I looked, and apparently it was just my imagination. There was nobody there. So I went back and continued to watch a fantastic Macaulay Culkin movie. And a little more time passed and I heard the knock again. So again, I went, looked outside the window, didn't see anybody, but this time I opened the door to try to just look around, see if there was anybody maybe walking around front yard or whatever. So I opened the door and there was the most horrifying thing that you would ever, think to imagine. I open the door and I see Joe Pesci and a wonderful sidekick character actor. It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. And that was the scariest dream I've ever had.
Fabulous, darling, fabulous. Another callback. My director is not going to believe there's so many good actors here. Please tell us one of your worst fears. Tell us one of your worst fears. Tell us your worst fear. Do I have a volunteer? Adam. Yes. Adam, yes. Thank you. Wonderful.
One of my worst fears is whenever I go into the operating room, and once I go and start getting sleepy from the gas that they give me, I sometimes feel like I'm falling backward into a dark abyss. And as I fall backward, I see a really strange thing, as if I'm looking into backward into a big screen of all the people that are in the operating room with me, including my mom. And as I'm falling, I hear the echoes and feel that really weird sensation of just falling backward. And as I fall backward, I notice there are a ton of, there's a spiraling staircase of the same image of that big screen. That it always frightens me as I go under. When I see this weird projection, which I believe is from my mind, that will I ever come out of this dark place that I'm falling, and I'm seeing my image so many times, but a couple of seconds later, here comes the big screen again, but it's me in the recovery room. It's one of the weirdest and scariest things that I have ever experienced when going under, and that to me is one of my biggest fears.
How frightful, how very frightful. Wonderful job. Another callback. I have some wonderful makeup artists and designers. If I were to lend them to you, the best designer in hair and makeup, what would be your dream costume? Anything you want, what would be your dream costume? Bacardi, what will be your costume?
Turning on my mic here. Wow, this is a fun one here. I think for this particular year, to add to the scare, I'd go out there dressed as a virus. Now, this virus is gonna be worse than the current virus going out there. I'm gonna make sure that I'm a type of virus that when I'm out there, I actually destroy the virus, the coronavirus. So I am gonna be dressed like a corona destroyer virus. So that when I'm out there destroying the virus, I'm actually inspiring people and getting them all unscared and happy. I'll be handing out all nice sanitized candy. People will be feeling comfortable taking the candy and eating it because I'll be one good, nice virus. That's all I can say. You kind of caught me off guard there, Chris. I was ready to thank you.
Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And do we have time for one more, Madam Toastmaster?
Actually, it was perfect timing. I am so thrilled that you had so many materials because I misread the time earlier. And now we caught up with time. It's perfect. And I have to put on my blue light glasses, not just for the Halloween, I actually need it so that I can keep staring at the screen. That was great. And we got the extra time and the extra, opportunities for practice. That was wonderful for all the people joining and participating. So that led us to the next section of the evening, which is the evaluation. And tonight, for our evaluation section, I am going to pass the baton to Wenfei. And Wenfei is our general evaluator, and she will be the host for the next section. Take it away, Wenfei.
Thank you, Erin. Evaluation is one of my favorite portions of our meeting. It's an integral part of Toastmasters. The goal of evaluation is to help our fellow Toastmasters develop their skills through positive feedback. As general evaluator, I'm responsible for the special evaluation team today, and which consists of the timer, the Franken's timer, the grandmom Arian, Jackal counter, and prepared speech evaluators. I will first introduce the evaluators of the prepared speeches. Then we will be voting for the best speaker, best table topic, and best evaluator, followed by our helper reports, and at last, my evaluation of the overall meeting, including the evaluators. To begin with, I will call upon Larry to evaluate our first speaker, Jerry. Welcome, Larry.
Well, Jerry, it was interesting. I was looking at the agenda ahead of time so that I would know how to evaluate you, and you came up with a non-pathway speech. Now, a couple of things about that. I think that is a cool venture away from the norm. Let me get right back to my camera. And so I really appreciated that because it's easy to just be in the pattern of this is the speech I need for this, but to be able to go outside of that and say, I'm going to give this speech with a purpose, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I perceived as your purpose. I thought it was great. So a couple of things that I really liked that you did. In the very beginning, you said to us, just a couple of us here, how do I look? And is the camera okay? Which is great because when you are doing Zoom or anything recorded, that's very important. And so we talked about the shadows in your face, and you backed up, and so you did your best to adjust to the medium that you were working in. That was great. Then there was the heart of the speech, and that's what I really liked, because I'll tell you, one of the things that I've always liked is inspirational people who have a message, and your speech definitely had a message. The idea, and I got to say, as a parent, the idea that you would teach your child don't quit first time is incredible. That's a valuable lesson to everybody across the board. No matter who you are, no matter what age you are, don't quit. Don't quit the first time. And the lesson there is an incredible inspiration to anybody, because it's easy to get frustrated. You know, when and I'm sure when that first rocket went up and things didn't go so well, you know, it's easy to look at the result, the first result, and get down. But to be able to say, you know, that's not the end. Let's learn from our mistakes. That's just what an awesome lesson that is to teach your son. So definitely kudos there. What could you have done a little better? In the beginning, and I've noticed this in some of your other speeches, in the beginning you tend to have longer pauses. You're really good with pauses. Sometimes they're a little long, but so maybe condense those just a little bit. But for crying out loud, don't lose the pauses, because you're very good at that. So once again, I would say incredibly powerful speech. A speech with a great lesson. I want to tell you that I'm always looking for positive influence. I'm part of a bunch of different, for instance, real estate groups, and listen, agents love to tell horror stories. So I'm always looking for people that have a positive reflection on something, or somebody who won't quit in any endeavor. So two things: great inspiration in the speech, and fantastic lesson to teach your son. So again, a great idea on the speech. I would just watch the pauses that aren't too long, but also I want to commend you on your focus on the preparation, on as the camera angle, the depth, and things like that. That's because most people don't think about that. So good job.
Thank you, Larry. Now I will ask Srinivas to evaluate our second speaker today. Adam, welcome, Srinivas.
Let me put Adam on the spot. Hey, Adam. It's great to hear you. And I like the beginning. You started with changing your background, right? That actually projected the theme that you're going to speak about. I really like the punching line in the beginning. You know, you focused on the topic, what it's like to vote for me. We all take it for granted, obviously. It's like a privilege. I have privilege to vote. I just need to go and vote. But there's more to it. What exactly is? I looked at the ballot of this year, and there's not one. I thought it will be only about the main office, but there's several on the back and the front. So much of literature that I hard to understand, and I thought I was not getting into it. Then you research about individual candidate, what their positions are, and you started with challenges that every special needs people need. And what are those? You listed them in terms of not only the facilities are not proper, sometimes not accessible. You listed them, and what government has done so far in terms of research you have done. 2008 something is passed, but still you saw there is deficiency, and your attempt to go and meet the politicians to tell your side of the story, how to change it, how to make the ballot questions easier to understand so that you can take it and voice your opinion. That's great. It's really resonated at this time with all of us. In terms of your presentation, I liked your great voice. There's a lot of enthusiasm, good eye contact, and good vocal variety, in the sense that it's very projecting. It's every word is easy to hear, but you could have modulated a little bit, in the sense certain things that you didn't like, you could have paused a little bit. There's very little pauses. You could have taken advantage of the pauses, had effect in the sense how you feel. And you could have used gestures. I think mostly you're sitting like this. I think you're mostly all of your expressions coming off of your face. You could add, use your hands for better effect. I know you could have sit and you could have stand. Depends on the nature of the speech. I really liked your ending, the quote. I think you gave a couple of quotes. Nobody deprive Americans except themselves by not voting. It's a very powerful one. And it's internally, I think you give a call to action by saying that, which is very good. So everybody's has a good takeaway. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas. Now, at this time, I will ask everyone to vote for your favorite speaker, table topic, and the evaluator. You will see a pop-up window for voting. Okay. Okay. Now, at the same time, let's go to our helpers report. We will start with our Frankensteiner. Let's welcome Tom to present the timer's report. I don't see the poll.
Pay no attention to that other man. The all-knowing eye knows all. This evening's speeches were Jerry at 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Adam, 7 minutes, 12 seconds. We had a whole lot of table topics. I'll just go through them very quickly. Howard, 1 minute and 5. Srinivas, 58. Leanne, 1 minute 11. Karina, 42 seconds. Beth, 1 minute 52. Tom, 1 minute 30. Jerry, 1 minute 36. Andrew, 2 minutes and 2. Adam, 2 minutes and 18. Bakari, 1 minute and 14. Our evaluations this evening, we had 2. Larry at 4 minutes 6 seconds and Srinivas at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. The all and powerful I has spoken.
Thank you, Tom. Next, we will have our Grandmom Arians and Jack O'Counter reports by Lian. Welcome, Lian.
Can you hear me? So there's an for me. I did not hear a whole lot of the space fillers. There were a few from Andrew, but with so many people speaking, I mean, we're getting really good at that. I do really want to commend Jerry. He was nervous and, you know, he said he was, and yes, you could tell, but he used pauses. You did not, that nervousness didn't overcome you with the use of the word fillers. You didn't you didn't oh, you didn't, you know, do anything like that. You stopped, you paused, and that's such a great skill to have and to do it innately like you seem to do. So that was a really good job. Jerry, the only grammar thing I could think, and this was maybe part of the nervousness, you used the word learnings. I'm not sure that's a word. I think you probably should have used the word lessons. You said something like, in all our learnings. It probably should have been lessons. But, you know, everybody did a great job and it was very entertaining. I think maybe I got a little more into the listening than the paying attention. But everybody did a good job and y'all had fun. So that's really what's important.
Thank you, Lian, for your report. And now it's time for me to give the general evaluation report. Well, No, actually, I love our meeting today very, very much. It's spectacular. Actually, this is the first time I celebrate Halloween, and it was really very impressive. And to begin with, Erin, as the Toastmaster of Halloween, you were very clear and well organized, which helps our meeting run smoothly. And good job for keep tracking of the time at our break. And secondly, good job, Chris, as a table topic master. I will give you the best actress award to you for tonight. Yes, it was really enjoyable, and I love how we are being so creative. I think we should keep being creative with the table topics and make it more interesting. And thank you, Anu, for bringing us a special treat to bring back the fun moments and memories of Halloween and fall season. I also love how you tried the new Zoom functions to pin people together at the same time. And both evaluators did a very good job for using the sandwich method. One quick note for the future grammarian. I think today we don't have a word of the day, so maybe it's better to prepare a word of the day for the future grammarian. Overall, I appreciate everyone to participate in our Halloween meeting today, and that's all for the evaluation session. With that, I would like to give back the stage to Toastmaster of the Halloween, Erin.
All right. I can't believe what I just saw. If you look at the time, 8:01, if you look at the agenda, this is exactly the point that needs to switch back to me. Man, we are so on time. That's amazing. Awesome. All right, so here we are at the presentation of the award. So I have to received, yes, I did. I just want to make sure I do have the names. If you are ready, I am going to announce our best speaker of tonight. And the winner is Adam. Yay, Adam. Congratulations.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yay.
Oh, thank you, guys.
And then for our table topic, the winner for that section is Tom. Congratulations, Tom. Good job. That was creepy, actually. Great. And the best evaluator tonight goes to Srinivas. Yay, good job. Congratulations. Very nice. I'm sorry, I really do miss all our clappings. I mean, that I do want our 3D real life clappings. For like Howard, who has never been to our real life meeting, man, we clapped so much. It was so enthusiastic. I just assumed that we are all clapping and I can see. Very nice. And lastly, I do have the privilege to give out this award at my own discretion, which is the Shining Star. It's actually a tough one. I think there is a tie. I would love to give this to two people. Not sure if that's possible. The first person I want to give, I want to give it to two people only partly because the first person I want to give is someone who has received so many times that she might feel tired of it, but she still deserves it. And that is Anwu for pulling together this wonderful theme Halloween Toastmaster night. It was, pretty last minute, and she still, she got us all together, sent out the great instructions, and we all participate in here. It really felt like a party atmosphere. And I thought that was so wonderful that she thought about that and then she pulled it together. And I hope to see more theme parties down the road. And just quickly, I do really want to give this Shining Star also to our world-renowned actress, Charlotte Stone. I think I got it right this time. And seriously, I'm not sure if Christine wants to go back to herself, because this looks more real to me in a sense that she was in character, really pulled this whole mood of Halloween together. It was such a bonus. So thank you so much for bringing such a nice treat and joy to this evening's theme Halloween Toastmaster night. So that's what I want to give it away. And thank you again, everyone, for participating. It was a fun night. If you look at the gallery view, we are rocking and we look great. Can't wait for the group photo at the end. Okay, so at this point, I would like to pass the remaining part of this evening to our VP of Membership, Jerry. Take it away.
Thank you, Erin. As we don't have any guests tonight, we're going to turn to Karina in her very broad knowledge of Toastmasters for a little bit of feedback. Karina, would you mind telling us what you thought of the meeting?
Oh, I had a great time. This was excellent. You guys are amazing. I really love the fact that you all come together. You're very close knit. Everybody works with each other and you encourage each other. This is what a club should be. That's why you guys are so successful. And I am very happy that I was able to come to the meeting. And I love the creativity. Oh, Christine, you knocked it out of the ballpark, woman. That was excellent. I thought that it was great. And Amu, I love your I really think you're iZombie. I love the show iZombie. And you guys did such a great job. And I love your speeches, very much from the heart. And it just makes me leave very comfortable that I was able to come and see this. And I'm going to come again because you guys really are doing something really great. And you can see, look at all the people that came to your meeting. You guys were on point, on time. I mean, I can't say enough what a great, how great it is to be able to come and see this in a club. This really ignites my fire to keep going and working at the division. So I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
letting me be here today.
Yeah,
Yes.
And thank you for all that you do. I do want to remind everyone in this virtual setting, shortly as we leave the meeting, the chat dialogue will go away. And there are some fantastic little notes in there. I know Beth remembered the haunted house that she talked about and put that in the chat box. I know I personally have been to Governor's Island, and I think that was a great way to spend Halloween. And just a shout out to the beginning of this meeting when Erin had mentioned that she wished we had some guests at this meeting, some visitors, because it was fantastic. We have a good time, and it's time to start maybe sharing that, giving our joy out so that others might be able to join us. I think it's been about 2 meetings where we were a little light on the visitor category. So we'll have to work on that. But fantastic meeting. And now I'd like to turn the floor over to our Vice President of Education, none other than Zombie Anu.
Thank you. I would like to first give a big thanks to everyone. It was a bit short notice to everyone to prepare for all these Halloween things. And I was a little bit afraid that it would be only me that would be prepared for this party. But actually, when I came to this meeting, I saw everyone did a fantastic job. So I really appreciate it. And thank you all for the participation. And as Jerry gave the inspiration, giving a custom speech other than the speeches on the pathway, I would encourage everyone, if you have anything you want to share, if you want to speak, but it doesn't really match your pathway, just go for it. You can just sign up for a custom speech for 5 to 7 minutes and you can go for it. And secondly, if you still want to get some credit, even though you want to give a speech, there is a one way that this year, Toastmaster International is giving a free path to us. So if you have enrolled as a member until October, which is almost over, we have 2 days left. If you have enrolled as a member, you will get a free pathway. So if you go to a Toastmaster International, you will choose a path and it will be for free. So if you are interested in having another path, just go for it. And that would be all for my educational session. And I would like to give my control back to our President, Larry.
All right. I did unmute myself. Okay, get rid of that. Well, this was great. It's my first meeting back. I definitely have missed being here. Thank you for those who have reached out to me. Trust me, normalcy is a pretty important thing right now. I do want to say that I have been meeting with Christine and her, the mentorship program that she has really done a fabulous job putting together. So I'm very encouraged about that. I think that we, and Karina, thank you for your comments on the club. I think we have a fantastic club. I am a little biased, I don't understand, but we have a fantastic club. And I really believe it's because we have an awesome team. That to me is the crux of any strong organization, is the team. There's no one standout figure. There's a group of people that work together for the betterment of the group, of the team. And I would reiterate Jerry's message. By all means, reach out to people, because I fought Toastmasters for a long time. I had no idea what it really was. And I will tell you that the club has become so much more than it was when I first joined. So I'm very proud to be a part of this club. I'm proud of the team, our leadership. I'm proud of all of our members. And I want to encourage you, take whatever time it takes, granted, safe distancing and all that, but share the vision that we have with people that need what we have, because let's face it, pretty much everyone you meet needs what we have. People need to be able to effectively communicate. They need, and I'm saying this in a very careful way, they need to be able to accept one another, get along with one another, communicate with one another. I think, and I'm going to throw out a little admonition, a TED talk that I heard in light of all that we're facing right now. This lady said, find someone with whom you disagree and invite them to lunch, of course, social distancing, and agree ahead of time. No name calling, no judging. I'll listen to you, you listen to me, and we can benefit from each other that way. And I think that we have, and the reason that I really was so anxious to get back involved, we have so much to give to the community at large, and especially now that I want to encourage everybody. And again, I know I say this just about every time I speak, that we have a tremendous opportunity and reward for people when they come, because we have an awesome mentor program and it's growing. And thank you so much, Christine, or whatever name you're going by tonight, for your work in that. So with that, I will ask if anyone has any club business that we need to discuss before we adjourn.
Picture.
Well, of course, yes, that's
especially
tonight.
Before we do the picture, I assume that we still don't have an idea as to when we're gonna start meeting in person.
Yes, we don't.
Okay, good enough. Good enough.
At this point, we have been meeting at the Frederick County Association of Realtors. They just now, because I taught a class there this morning, they're just now starting to talk about doing hybrid classes where the instructor is live and the students are Zoom or vice versa. They're still not opening their building to larger meetings. So until the board of directors decides that they're going to do that, we're Zooming. Unless we can find another place, which I'm certainly open to. I don't get any benefit going to the Association of Realtors. However, we want to be sensitive to keeping everybody safe too, because again, I'm just saying this. Everybody has different views on the virus and how easily it spreads or whatever. So we want to be sensitive to everyone, because the point is that we want everyone to feel safe. And so what I don't want to do is rush into face-to-face meetings if half the people won't attend because they don't feel safe. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I do have one thing. I know there's been a desire to start the book club up again. And so I'd just like to put a call out and just a little public service announcement. In the past, we have had a book club that has met both virtually and in person. Naturally, in this state, if we restart it with a new title, it will be entirely for the foreseeable future virtually. However, if you are interested in reading a book with the group, you would be part of the decision-making process as far as what title we read, and to be pulled into that inner circle, if you would just direct message me with your email so that I can get you included in that, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, with that, then we will pause a minute or two for you to message Jerry.
Larry, a quick tech tip to follow on with Jerry's thought about the chat messages. The three little ellipses in the bottom of the chat, if you click it, you can save the chat to your local computer. So if people want to save comments, links, and other things, you can save it.
Thank you for that input.
Are we ready?
Yes, we are ready.
People need to stop putting in the chat because it comes up on the middle of my screen.
Okay.
So everybody stop chatting for a moment.
You can go up and click and you should be able to close it.
Is everybody smiling? I'm going to try and smile this time. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, so thank you everyone for a wonderful evening and a very creative evening. I'm sorry for my lack of creativity. I was pretty busy all day. So, and I would say we'll see you in 2 weeks, but hey, it's the 5th Thursday, so we'll see you in a week.
Great job at staying kids, guys. I loved it. Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Halloween, everybody.
And thank you guys for being brave.
Yes.
Is it, Christine, are you there? Oh,
I am.
Is it Charlotte or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
It's still there is O there in the spelling?
Oh, I don't know. You can spell it any way you want. I have
you spelled it.
A-R. Well, how Charlotte?